The purpose of a trial in the United States is to present evidence and witnesses to a jury so they can determine if the defendant is guilty or not guilty of the charge offered. However, in two trials of Donald Trump, there was no evidence provided. First trial is Letitia James. The judge, instead of having evidence, offered a summary judgment of the fact that Trump was guilty. And then the trial was only about the amount of money he must pay. That's un-American. That's not the right way to do things. The second trial was the E. Jean Carroll case. In the second defamation case, the judge gave the jury instructions that Trump was guilty. So neither of these cases were for trial. The only evidence offered in the New York real estate trial was a witness, Michael Cohen, and he recanted his testimony, and that's why Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, immediately asked for a mistrial, which she didn't get. In fact, there was no evidence of this misvaluation or anything else like that. There was another witness who testified that Trump did nothing wrong in his accounting. So all the witnesses and all the evidence pointed to a different result other than guilty. In fact, they pointed to not. In the E. Jean Carroll case, there was only one witness, which was E. Jean Carroll, and she did not remember the year, she did not remember the month, she did not remember the season, she did not remember the dress she was wearing. She presented no evidence whatsoever. She did not present her doctor's report. She did not present a witness that corroborated her story. There was no evidence presented in that case either. And the judge said, based on summary judgment, that Trump is already guilty. All we have to do is determine the amount of money owed. Even in the Alex Jones case, the judge found him guilty by default. So there was no trial, there was no evidence presented. There was nothing presented in front of a jury at all. In fact, following the exact same pattern, Rudy Giuliani was found guilty by default by Judge Beryl Howell. So you can see how the government is not using the definition of a trial, which is presentation of evidence and witnesses. They keep finding the people who oppose the deep state guilty by default judgment. There's something very wrong with the trial system in the United States.